theft. What else in theft that is necessary for you to identify? So when you go for you being in your nature of job as an investigator, all right, okay, you want to investigate. What will be the item that in your list of investigation? Number one, the property. You have to identify the property. Property falls into movable property and what it is, how it is being. Number one is the property, all right, although element of theft is not property, isn't it? But in investigation, property is the first one that you do. Identify. All right. I say to you, all right, you know, I have a credit, I have a card that I will sell to my client. This card is just a square card. I have 365 cards in my, all right, drawer. And then I realize I still have 365 cards, but instead of, all right, the card is identified by number, 2 of the card is missing. But the 2 that is in there to make 365 cards in my drawer has no number. Now the question is there theft? How do I identify my property? The property is the card. How do I identify the card? By giving it number 1 to 365. Yeah, all right, okay. But someone took 2 out of that and placed 2 blank one. Is there a theft happening? The answer is yes, because my property is with number. All right, okay. The property that is missing is 2 cards. Somebody, all right, stole 2 cards from me. And theft has been committed. Can you understand? Even though the number is still the same, 350, but the subject matter, 2 cards with a number have been moved out of my possession or of my, yes, Ehsan. Ehsan, kejap, saya unmute you. Or your microphone is, okay.
Okay, Doktor, saya nak tanya.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm a treasure seeker, then I found a treasure on the government land. So is it theft?
All right, it's like this. When it comes to that one, there are 2 things that you need to know. Treasure seekers, all right, if they are outside Malaysia, in many countries, these are under object found, all right, law. There are 2. The ancient rule is finders keepers. The ancient rules is finders keepers. You cari-cari, you gali-gali. Let's look into the example. In at the back of your house, all right, you gali-gali nak tanam keledek, all right, you want to plant some, all right, suddenly you found a whole box of gold, all right, does the gold belong to you? Right, according to the ancient law of finders keepers, it belongs to you. But ada but since you are in the country and the country have a legislation that anything on earth, all right, belongs to them. You are only alienated the land. You tukang tumpang aja duduk dekat tanah. So everything you found, if you found biji timah like those people who found it in the Tanjung Malim, Sungkai and those area, all right, they are going to be very rich in a few years time. That was 50 years ago when it was around in the newspaper. All right, today if the tin ore underneath is matured, they'll be able to claim. All right, but because the land belongs to the government, they cannot. All right, okay, but there is a but. All right, in that government act, it says that since they are the one alienated the land, all right, for 99 years or maybe, you know, a freeholder, all right, they will be given some compensation. So if you found a treasure in the land that belongs, you report. When it comes to report, you can challenge them. All right, this is called
Mhm.
receiver of, all right, treasure or receiver. Government is the official receiver of anything that is found. Uh, at sea, you found a shipwreck full of gold, or on land. But they will be, all right, for you to be able to become the legal owner of the goods, you got to go to the court and claim that property as a finders keepers. Right, when you claim that, all right, the states will challenge you that they are the receivers of the property. All right, okay, or the receiver of the rights. Now they had 40 days to prove that they are the receivers. So their proof was that you are in their land, or the ship has identification, if it's a treasure ship. All right, okay, all this is done to them. All right, but as I said, in Malaysia, there is that clause in the Land Act. There is a clause in the Treasure Keepers. No, there is a clause in the Museum Act that everything that is found, all right, belongs to the states, but they can negotiate. And sometimes it is so important that the treasure that you found. Let's say you found something with a gold coin, and all the gold coin has Sultan Mansur stated there. All right,
Yeah.
government of
Mhm.
Malacca, the year 12,000, and then the name is Mansur Shah. All right, that coin and a whole box of it, it becomes the treasure of the states. Then you'll be
Mhm.
recognized. In other countries, all right, they don't have something like that. They don't have legislation like that. In England, especially, you can go to the beach with your monitor, metal monitor. All right, you found coins, you found gold, because they don't have the act. Then the rule of finders keepers will then not be, the rules of finders keepers will be, all right, to excuse you from being a thief. All right, but
Okay.
rarely government will sue you for committing theft. Uh, they only,
But the government can say that I trespass their land, is it?
no, if it's like this, if it is in a land that is free with no holder, you may be a trespasser. But if the
Okay.
land is your land, then you are not a trespasser.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Now we have 26 now. Okay, at 25 now. Anybody wants to ask questions? Okay, all right. If you can, Muhammad Azwan, are you asking questions? Azwan, are you asking question? If you are, I can't hear you. All right. If Afifi want to ask question, you can write at the corner there. So I'll be entertaining your question too. All right. Okay. Anyone wants to ask question with regards to theft? Uh, okay. Theft can be very, yes.
Doctor,
Yes, Saya Gary. Yes, go on. Okay. Wait. Uh, okay. Again,
like, uh, it's about the consent, the implication. Like, for example, we have a visitor coming to our home, then we tell them, please make yourself at home. Then the person like took something from their home. Is it considered theft because there is a implication of consent there?
very true. All right. Yeah, that is very dangerous. All right. Depending on the lawyers that going to bring the matter, lawyer can make it so general that the word that you say, okay, make yourself at home, will become very dangerous as to give permission to do anything they like. Right? Okay. So how far are you going to contest that your consent for them to come in, make yourself at home, does not mean that you can take anything and bring it out and the thing belongs to you. All right. Okay. So again, they will then evaluate the depth of your word. So sometimes when I say you can you then go to my, you can eat anything, you can drink? You can sit, maybe you can sleep, all right? You can read my book, you can wear my clothes, but can you, all right, take my money, all right? So how far does? So in that situation, the consent, when it is evaluated, it's up to the person to debate it, to show. If it is the first time this person who is not a stranger to come into your house, you spoke that words, all right? But what is, okay, your intention? So this is where it is very difficult. That's why intention must be, all right, coordinate or couple with dishonesty, section 23. All right, okay, you gain, you lost, somebody gain. You don't intend for that person to take your cash. You don't intend that person to take your most precious thing out of the house. Yeah, all right, give, you can do what you like. So from now on, the new normal is that that will not be, all right? Or you have to make sure you say that word, because it only means to the standard of custom. Right? The Malays, the Chinese, the Indian in this country always have the same saying, isn't it? Or you're in Sarawak and Sarawak too as well, right? Okay, make yourself at home, right? Okay, but make yourself at home. It's for you to sit comfortably on the sofa or eat the food, but doesn't mean more than that. Again, as I said, it's up to the lawyer, or if you go to court, to minimize or maximize the meaning of the word, but it's still consent. Consent to do certain act can only be defined by your act of proving dishonesty through gaining or losing, section 23.